Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. Homage to Master Tupten Dorji. Homage to the 3 jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Golden Mother of the primordial pond. Sumo, Tansan Kato, Tuten City, Tuten Kama, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma tutors, temple and center directors, all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
Aishiteru Sharange Hola amigo Te quiero mucho Sukoyin Ichiwa Kimochi Jumi Yapi Purin Purin Konnichiwa
First, I would like to announce for next Sunday, December 10th, at Sunday 3 p.m., there would be Amitabha Homa fire offering ceremony. Today is Golden Mothers, and next Sunday, Amitabha. So does it mean that the following week there would be Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva? Then there would be 3 of my yidams, my 3 yidams. So next Sunday there would be Amitabha Homa fire offering ceremony. And everyone knows Amitabha Buddha. There is no need for me to introduce. In every household, there is Amitabha and Avalokitesvara Kuan Yin in every home. And Amitabha Buddha has delivered many sentient beings. Today is someone's birthday, so let's sing a birthday song.
The Satara Seha Sentosa Sunama the Banzau Tanta Ajia. Happy birthday. Now, 今天是瑶池金母的父母。
Today is Golden Mother's Homa, and I have talked about Golden Mother many times.
没有瑶池金母
Without Golden Mother, there will not be Grandmaster
没有
Lu.
卢师尊呢
And without Grandmaster Lu, there would not be True
没
Buddha
有真
School.
佛宗呢
Without True
就不
Buddha
会有
School,
今天
there will not be like there will not be true Buddha school, Dharma centers and temples all around the world like today. Just now, we watched the video prepared by True Buddha Foundation to pray for grandmasters and sumus. I sincerely thank you.
当初的瑶池金母要我出来度化众生。
Back then, Golden Mother asked me to come out to deliver sentient beings, and I replied, I know nothing. And then she said, in the future, you would be able to. And I gradually learned until today. Since I was 26, all the way till now. And I'm almost 80 according to Taiwanese calendar. Time is fleeting. I hope that the lineage will continue endlessly.
千秋万岁，香烟不断，一直有这个传承。
It continues for thousands of years, enjoying the incense continually, so that all true Buddha school disciples can be bathed in the Buddha's light and receive the deliverance of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Spiritual cultivations. In spiritual cultivation, there are self-power and others' power. Like Amitabha Buddha, if you pray to him, then in the future you would be able to go to Sukhavati. That's by relying Amitabha Buddha's others' power to go to the Pure Land in the West. And you need to cultivate spiritually by your own power, and that's fine too. However, self-power is like the precepts, meditation, and wisdom, and they are not very easy at all. That's why you need to combine both self-power with others' power. In the Tibetan Buddhism Kagyupa, Shambhaka Kagyu, to treat the invocation as the fundamental practices, which means you have to invoke or to offer the invocation prayer. We pray to the three primary alliances of the Western paradise, or Sukhavati, Amitabha Buddha, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, and Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva. When we chant Amitabha Buddha's name, Amitabha Buddha's vows manifest as the three stages of the West to guide us to the Western Pure Land, Sukhavati. This is very important. It's the same with the Golden Mother.
还有一个云土隐藏起来的。
She also has a hidden Pure Land, which is the Yaozi Fairyland, Primordial Pond, Pure Land or Fairyland, and Golden Mother is the Great Golden Sage. We say Sakyamuni Buddha is also a Golden Sage. We also refer to him as a Golden Sage. Golden Mother. Like a mother nourishing the children. And the children rely on the mother. And we have our own power and also Golden Mother's power. Then you would be able to go to Golden Mother's pure fairyland. And Golden Mother has many Dharma practices. The Golden Mother Deity Yoga, the 8 healing practices, the 9 turnings, Golden Mother's wealth practices, the water practices, the instant money, the body replacement, and the wrathful Golden Mother, Tiger Head Vajra, the black face Golden Mother, and there are many, many Dharma practices of Golden Mother. I often chant this mantra. In Taiwanese. I often chant this mantra. And then I chant the 9-syllable mantra. And that's the mudra for this 9-syllable mantra. To bless Simo. In a very short time, then she can recover her energy. It's often like that. In that book 297, it's written, and she, every time she's not able to move, I would carry her into the car to the Seattle Litsang Temple, the Tantric quarters, and the trip was a short few minutes. But in that short time, I would chant mantra to bless her and chant Hiking Sutra. And when we arrived, she forgot that she was carried onto the car, but she's able to walk down the car. Every time it's like that. And many people here have seen that. Please raise your hand if you know. Many people. That's how Sumo is. When getting on the car, she could not. And I had to carry her into the car. But in that few short trip, when she gets off the car, she can walk and sometimes even run. So I call the car is a healing car. I wrote it in the book, in that Inconceivable Events Chronicle, book 297. So Golden Mother is incredible. She's very stringent. You could not undermine or undermine her or take it too lightly. I'm very grateful to to Golden Mother, because when I was 26, because of her, started teaching me until today, 80. I'm still studying. You cannot overlook Golden Mother. The wisdom of a human life, for the worldly wisdom, wisdom for transcending the world. And other methods for the worldly and the great wisdom for transcending the world are still to be learned. Spiritual cultivation is not an easy matter. Let me share jokes.
这个闺蜜因为晨跑跟男朋友结缘。
My best friend found her boyfriend in the morning run, and she told me the secrets. You have to take initiatives. You have to be brave and warm. So I ran in the morning several days, but this morning an older man stopped me and asked, "Hey, fat girl, what did you do to those young men who ran in the morning and now they don't run anymore?" Grandpa and Grandma went to the pig farm.
看见猪呢挂了奖牌。
And they saw that the pigs are wearing medallion. When you're old, just the saliva can make you choke.
祖父祖母参观养猪场，看见猪
So Grandpa and Grandma went to the pig farm and saw the pigs wearing medallions, and they were curious and asked. So the owner said that the bronze medal is mating once a week, and the silver medal is twice a week. And the gold medal is 3 times a week mating. And the diamond medal is for the one mating every day. And Grandma, hearing that, told the grandpa, and you don't even deserve a bronze medal. Not so funny.
这属于美国的笑话哈。
This is American joke. Congressman M. called his wife that after work I will bring my co-worker home, so please take down everything made in China, because otherwise they would accuse us not to support Trump. And when he got home, the doors is gone, the windows gone, and all the furniture's decorations are all gone. And as he was standing there in shock, he saw the wife walking out without anything on her. At that time, things in all parts of America are made in China, including clothes. Food, clothing, places, your homes and your transportations. Now we'll do the Q&A. A few words. Let me say it. I should say it. To avoid being summoned by the National Security Department, please keep my name anonymous and the country. The Earth is not that small. But the Earth is actually very small, but it's also not that small. All the countries in the world recognize True Buddha School. Just sigh. Let's not talk about it. Grandmaster, peace. Recently, reading Grandmaster's latest book, Samsaric Affections or Multiple Lifetimes of Romantic Affinity, I learned that the 8 white Dakinis, Lady Yunhua, etc., and others were born into the human world with Grandmaster. These reincarnations of great gods also have extraordinary spiritual causes and conditions. For example, the 8 white Dakinis receive wisdom empowerment from Grandmaster's Dharma bodies and use secret methods to open chakras and decisively cut off afflictions and attachments with profound practices. Their achievements are extraordinary. But we, disciples with low spiritual roots, reaching such a state is nearly impossible, if not over many years. So, however, I also have the aspiration to establish Lichang Temple on this land beneath my feet and spread the true Buddha Dharma. Thus, I have a few questions. Could you please advise? 1. For us disciples who are not of high spiritual capacities, in the future, after we establish a Lichang temple, should we just invite these great practitioners like the Dakinis to lead the temple and spread the Dharma? This is, of course, generally speaking, superior spiritual capacity, middling spiritual capacity, and inferior spiritual capacity. But since you have such an aspiration, that means you have superior spiritual capacity. Because generating bodhicitta is extremely important. Like stated in the Vimalakirti Sutra, that they, upon hearing the words of Vimalakirti, they generated Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. That's generating the motive, the intent. By generating such a mindset, then you are of the high spiritual capacity. Spreading Buddha Dharma, establishing temples, and of course it's best to have someone with superior spiritual cultivator to guide, but you are too of high spiritual capacity, because there are some who start spiritual cultivation earlier and some later. So you can have those people who know more to lead the newer ones, or people who have the experiences, so that you don't walk the wrong path. The second question. Although I understand the non-duality of Buddha nature and that everyone originates from Vairocana Buddha, and understand the concept that everyone is Vairocana Buddha, however, in dreams I have seen fragments of my past lives. I was not of great origin, but a little boy entrusted by Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva to Padma Kumara, a mischievous child, a naughty boy. The Bodhisattva specifically requested Grandmaster to strictly discipline and train me. Though I know only this part of my life, my past life, and not everything, I worry about my own naughtiness, not being able to liberate myself, let alone others. Hence, I feel timid in my vow to promote the true Buddha Tantric Dharma. Therefore, I wonder, should ordinary people like us undertake the tasks of the Tathagata, or just aspire to assist and help great disciples with strong spiritual roots, such as the White Dakinis, Lady Yunhua, or Padma Kumara, to spread the Dharma? I bow 3 times. He's saying that he's not able to undertake the task of the Tathagata, and he just wants to be number 2 or number 3. So this is the number 2 philosophy. So other people would suffer more hardships, and then you just take it easy following. But I feel since you have the mindset, that means you are of superior spiritual capacity or high spiritual root. I am not saying that I am of superior spiritual capacity, but I do my tasks every day. Every day I practice. I never stop. I make the best use of time. Like every night when I go home, like tonight, Master Lin Qi is driving. As soon as I get on the car, I would do my practice until we get to home, until we arrive home. It's never that. Is that the case that every time I ride in your car, I would practice? So coming or going home, Grandmaster is always practicing in the car. I don't dare to say that when my body is coughing or something, I'm still doing it. Look at the Bardo deliverance. I never skip a day. Not a day. I don't dare to stop. As soon as there's time to practice, I would do it. I'm not looking out the windows or I don't know. The scenery is along I-90 now. I close my eyes and I start to practice until we arrive. Then I open my eyes. It's never skip, not even once. That's the spirit I have. Such a spirit. Actually, I'm very stupid. I continually repeating the same Dharma practice every day, day after day after day. The same thing, writing the books or articles or painting, performing Dharma practice, spiritual deliverance, benefiting sentient beings. It doesn't matter whether it's superior, middling, or inferior spiritual root. I just do it every day. I set the rules for myself. If, like last night, I got home very late, so I didn't sleep until after 2 a.m. When I got on bed, I realized that I did not pray to Golden Mother, Taikat Vajra, and Kalachakra. I was already on the bed and I got down again. Got off the bed to quickly go to in front of the altar and then pray to Golden Mother, Taikat Vajra again. It was very late. It's after 2 a.m. Everybody's already asleep, very quiet. Because at first I forgot. I got off the bed and then immediately did it, and before I got back to bed and to Kalachakra. At all age, sometimes I forgot, but I definitely cannot forget practicing Dharma. I am this dumb. So I'm telling this person, the same. I don't think I'm of high spiritual root, but I definitely have to complete my homework today. I cannot even forget praying to them or invocation. Therefore, I can say, doesn't matter how hard or how difficult it is, you still have to do it. Like this, my throat is not well, but I still have to get up to the Dharma throne. And they prepare these tissues to wipe my nose. My nose was running continually, even during lunch today. There's nothing I can do. So the only way I knew is to take some alcohol, and then the runny nose stopped. And now I choke on the saliva. When I was young, on this Dharma throne, I was so boastful, saying that if you hear me sneeze, I will give you $500. If you hear me cough, I would give you $500, and sneeze $1,000. But if I say it now, then I would lose a lot of money. I cough and sneeze. But when I was young, you wouldn't be able to hear me cough or sneeze. That's why I said, if you heard me cough once, I'll give you $500. If you hear me sneeze once, I'll give you $1,000 US dollars. That was when I was young, but now everybody heard it, and even doesn't matter how much money I have, that would be enough to give out. So it's different now than before. A patient complained to the doctor, my left leg is really painful, and the doctor said, we checked and tested your legs, so this is a problem of old age. And the patient said, how can it be possible? Because my left leg and right leg are of the same age, but I have no pain on the right leg. And the doctor couldn't say anything. The big bro got some a double cylinder gun at home, and every time his wife loses temper, then he would play with this gun there. And then it worked because it always stopped the argument before it even started. So I couldn't. So I asked the wife, so you're afraid that he's going to kill you? No, 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 I'm just afraid that he's going to kill himself.
年纪大了，电话也不响，聚会也没有
In
人
old
来约，
age,
日
the
越来越
phone
亲近。
doesn't ring.
回想这些年赚了个3
Nobody
亿，
makes a
一个是
date.
回忆，一个是失
And
忆，
then,
一个是
this is
非常不
Chinese
容易。
puns.
这个就是人生。
Yeah. It's...
好，我们讲维摩诘经。银河为离。
Now we'll talk about
什么叫做
Vimalakirti
离
Sutra.
呢？离就是离开的意思。
So, how
离
to
我
abandon?
跟我所，
By abandoning I
离开
and
这个
mine.
跟我所
Abandoning I and mine.
我昨天讲到主跟宾。
Last night I was talking about the master and the guest, or the host and the guest.
我所
So I is also the guest, and mine is even more so the
这个
guest.
所谓的离开我跟我所，
So the so-called
一般来
abandoning
讲，在
I
佛教里
and
面是这样子。
placement
两个
of me
两个
and
字
mine.
一般人都
In
执着
Buddhism,
我，
they are considered as two
你因
attachments.
为执着我，
Most people are attached to
才会有
self
烦恼。
or I, and because of that,
你
you
又
have
执着
afflictions.
这个我所，又指
And
导着
when
我
you're
所，
also attached
那更加
to
烦恼。
mine, then you're even more afflicted.
什么是我？根
What
本就
is
没有我。
I or self?
什么是我所？
There is fundamentally no
也是空的
self
啊。
or no I. And
房
what
子、
is
车子
mine?
啊，
That's
你
also
身上带的
empty.
东西，
The houses,
有
cars,
都
things
是
you
空的。
wear,
你的衣服，这个
everything
衣
are
服，
all empty. They all
这个我本来就不是你的，
rely on I,
但你执
and
着，因
I
为
is
有我
also not yours.
跟我所有，
And because you are attached to I and
所以
mine,
这个必须要
that's why you have attachments and
维摩诘
afflictions. So you have to abandon them.
离开我跟我所，这个意思。
So to abandon I and mine.
银河离我跟我所，为离二法，
How to abandon I and mine,
跟我所法，
which are
法就是宾。
two dharmas.
银河离二
The
法，
dharmas are
为
the
为什
guest.
么要离开二法呢？为不念内外诸法行于平等。
And why we want to abandon I and mine
这个解
is
释
not to think
为
of
不念
anything
内
internal or
外诸
external
法行于平等。
and act
你
impartially.
离开了自我，就是说你并不是说
So
你
by
做每一件
abandoning
事情都为我自己做的。
that means you don't do anything for your own sake.
真料息啊！咳嗽500块，
Oh
大家都听。
no. $500 for hearing me
喉咙真的
cough.
是不太好。
My throat is really not well.
这个叫平等舍。我们讲实在话，
This is
就是说
equal
做任何事情，并不是为我做，
equanimity.
也不是为我所
So
我所
you
所。
do everything not for your own sake or for
没为什么，
everything you
就是这样子做。
yours. And there is no reason, you just do it.
我刚刚讲的，
Like I
我
just
做
said,
超度法，
I
并没有
perform
为什
birth
么而做。
deliverance, And I don't do it for any specific intent. It's not for myself either. Then why do you do it? I just do it. And what is your purpose? There's none. I'm just doing it. That's called equality, equanimity, or impartiality. So I spend my time on Dharma practices. So saying that I want to deliver sentient beings, that's too boastful. I'm just doing it, that's all. That's called equality. I don't discriminate whether it's good or bad, or who they are from. Anyone that comes, that means they have affinity. All the spirits that come means they have affinity. So it means not to think of anything internal or external and act equally. What is equality? It means equality between self and nirvana. Nirvana means serenity. Why is it so? It is because self and nirvana are both empty. Of course, self is empty. And nirvana is the true emptiness. Both are empty. Why are they empty? It's because they are merely names. Therefore, they are empty. And what is emptiness? The name is empty. Like Sang Yen Lu is empty. The Dharma is empty too. Everything is empty. We just do, not for any reasons. Those are empty too. And thus both dharmas are not definite. I and mine, you're not attached or you don't cling to I and mine. They have no self-nature. They are not self-nature. We all know that I is an aggregate of the 4 elements. The 5 aggregates, the Panchaskandhas, the 5 skandhas are also empty. The 4 elements are also empty. This I is also empty. They are just a combination, aggregate of the 4 elements. Without self-nature, mine is even less so. Like what I use, what I wear are actually all empty. And in the future, we don't know where they would go to. They are definitely not yours. They are not yours. In such a case, it's called the equality and equanimity. Then there would be no illnesses, no delusions, afflictions, or inverted thinkings, or just scattered thinking. Once equality is attained, there is no room for illnesses. There is only the illness, and the illness is also empty. There is only the illness of emptiness, and this illness is also empty. Reading what Vimalakirti said is all empty, empty, everything is empty. Then why do you do anything? If you don't do anything, that's not good, because that means nihilism. If you are disinterested. If you're not interested in anything, that means nihilism. Like Master Lian Tzu in Vancouver. Please be seated. She's planning to build a huge lotus light temple. Is moving, and someone is investing. A Muslim is investing a huge area, and they want to partner to build a huge Lechang temple. And she brought the blueprint for Simu and I to see. But she forgot that she's already old. Had it been me, I wouldn't think of those things at all. Now I don't think of anything at all. A pool of spring water flowing east. What is it related to me? I have no plan at all. I just cultivate spiritually, doing my Dharma practices, painting, writing, giving spiritual consultation to live my days. I never think about where to go, or in the future, or wanting to build a Lechang temple. But she is undertaking the task of the Tathagata, wanting to build such a huge temple. When I see that, oh, Amitabha, you still want to work that hard? And having a blueprint drawn, and where's this, and the Homa Hall, where the Homa Hall should be, what things should be upstairs or downstairs, I don't care. But that's no good either. You'll fall into nihilism. It's good to have something to do too. I know everything is empty. So someone asked me, what is your hope for through the school? How it will develop in the future? I replied, I never thought of it, and I have no plan for it. No expectation. Like what they said earlier, that the lineage will continue for thousands of years. But that's irrelevant to you. Although I say that, but if it should break, it will break. I would not be able to be resurrected anyway. Saying that I was the Seng Yan Lu in the past life, I want to rebuild it again now. No, just let it be. All that's left now is the illness, the empty illness. Even this illness is also empty. The Bodhisattva with illness accepts all sensations without feeling them. So what is this? Accepting sensation without feeling them? Vimalakirti is being ambiguous. I will argue with him when I'm back home. So the Bodhisattva with illness accepts all sensation without feeling them. So feeling them is the same as not feeling them. Not feeling them is the same as feeling them. I don't like you talking like this. It's impossible to describe. That's all he could say. So I'm forgive him. forgiving him. Even without fully mastering Buddha Dharma, they do not extinguish sensation, but use them as a means of realization. What is wanting realization or not is not up to you. You just do it. That's all. The Venerable Elder Xu Yun, at his old age, he was building a temple, and people asked, "You're already so old. Why are you still building a temple? Will you live in this temple?" No. But I am sowing the seeds, and because the temples are the seeds of the Buddhas, I just want to build. And then after they build it, and it was bombed by the Japanese, and then why did you want to build it? Because your temple will be gone after building it with such a difficulty. Well, he continued, he just want to build it. Just doesn't matter, just want to build it. The same with Dianzi. We just want to build it. And those are the seeds of the Buddhas. If they want to bomb it, let them bomb it. They want to burn it, let them burn it. But I build it. I just build it. Like for me now, I just practice. And as for the result, I just neglect it. I don't care. The same with Dianzi Sangsi, Master. I just want to build the seed of the Buddhas. And in the future, it doesn't matter who it will belong to. By experiencing bodily suffering, and they think of beings in miserable realms and generate great compassion. By seeing the sufferings of sentient beings in the 6 rebirth realms, they generate great compassion. So I tame myself as well as taming sentient beings. They eradicate the illness but not the Dharma. They teach to cut off the root of the illness. Teaching sentient beings. You are sick when sentient beings are sick. And of course you want to eradicate the illness, but not the Dharma. And they teach to cut off the root of the illness. And teaching sentient beings is a kind of compassion. Because when you have illness on your body, you will understand or empathize with the illnesses of sentient beings. So by being ill, you know the suffering of being ill, and then you know the suffering of the sentient beings, and upon which you would generate compassion toward them. If you never suffer it yourself, you don't know what it's about, and you will not generate the mind of compassion. Because sentient beings can be ill too, and therefore you can be compassionate toward them. So that's why it's mutual. And because of this, you use it to teach sentient beings and be compassionate towards sentient beings. That's all I can say. And more.
你又在谈病啊？都。
I am still talking about illness.
好，谢谢大家。Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, everybody.
非常感谢。